and the product would suck.
Lobby for it.
Because
I don't
blacks
care.
are much better at basketball than we whites are.
What political power does the NBA have?
At last, the long-awaited part 2. Now, if you guys haven't seen the last video, go check it out. We'll leave the links below. We'll have it pop up right here. You guys need to watch this one. Get some context. Now, where we left off was we were acknowledging Charlie Kirk, race baiter, masturbator of race. They come to a point where she says things have gotten more racist since the 1950s, and he says how. Now, we're going to see, because I might actually agree with this girl in some areas. In some areas, I might not. And you'll see what I mean by that in a second. But before we get into that, please make sure you guys like this video, subscribe, maybe even leave a comment down below. I'm your host, Josiah David Moody with Resist the Mainstream. Let's get into it.
Jackie Robinson had not even broken the color barrier. We had Jim Crow laws. We hadn't passed the Civil Rights Act, and we hadn't passed the Voting Rights Act. Yet blacks were better in the 1950s per capita than they are today. So we have become less racist. We've passed more anti-racist laws and given more stuff, and blacks are worse than they were 70 years ago.
Yeah.
Why?
So you're equating here institutional and social racism. Social racism was certainly worse in the 1950s, I'm sure everyone would agree, but institutional racism occurs when policies are passed against people.
Come on.
Which can increase over time, and it did.
You're not being intellectually honest. You know that. There was black-only drinking fountains in the 1950s. We don't have those anymore. Well, we're bringing them back with, black-only dormitories. But we had, for example, in the antebellum South in the 1950s, we had white-only communities, by law. We got rid of that with the Civil Rights Act. But it didn't, unfortunately, we look around, the numbers speak for themselves. Black youth are less likely to have fathers. They're not doing as well as far as economically. They commit more crime. So something changed. And our argument is what changed is 3 things. Number 1, the imposition of the Great Society Project by Lyndon Baines Johnson of spending $30 trillion since 1960s on Section 8 housing, on welfare, on all sorts, where, as I said, that young black women married the government and they divorced young black men. And then we also have had as Thomas Sowell and as Clarence Thomas would say, the soft bigotry of low expectations. And we have been afraid to get to the root of the issue or even speak about it because we don't want to be called a racist.
So what is imposing those low expectations?
Part of it is like white academic culture. I'll give you an example. I'm not saying you believe this, but Merrick Garland, the Attorney General of the United States, has come out and said having an ID to vote is racist. That is code for saying black people are too dumb to get a voter ID.
You're doing it again. You're simplifying a very nuanced, complex...
It's not nuanced. It's not nuanced. It's only nuanced because you read all of the propaganda bullcrap that tells you that it's nuanced. It's literally not. Voter ID is racist. How is that racist? And they say the nuance is there's low income households who can't afford to get IDs. They're $8. They're extremely cheap. They don't have cars. How can they get there? Take a bus. Fetch a ride from your neighbor. Go knock on your neighbor's door. Ask them. If there's a will, there's a way. Somehow, this is nuanced? Really? Voter ID laws are nuanced? Because you get to the DMV and they tell you, hey, sorry, you're black. You can't get a vote. You can't get a voter ID. You can't get your ID. That's what they tell you? No. They probably just roll their eyes, throw a fit, because it's the DMV. And everything sucks there. And it's like hell when you go there. But let's hear this nuance.
Argument from the real people who are making it.
Is voter ID racist?
Obviously not, Charlie.
Okay, all right.
Do you want to know where the argument comes from? I can eloquently tell you.
Eloquently tell me why. voter ID is racist or
Great.
whatever.
Certain
Yeah.
policies in southern states were proposed that would, like, I think the quote from the person who decided the case was, with surgical precision, target the times where black people were voting and make it like illegal or harder for them to get that to come at that time. And then they were targeting the type of ID that black voters had and making that specific type of ID illegal. That is racist.
Perfectly fair. How does that impact today, saying that every citizen, if you need an ID to vote, just that aside, why is it racist?
Because we have to have, obviously humans are making those decisions, right? And so if there is still institutional racism and people in power that are racist, we can't trust those institutions to make those decisions without
What institutional
discriminating against
racism do we
people.
have in this country right now?
What you just named it.
What?
1350.
Okay, well, I mean,
Affirmative action needs to happen because there is not that many minorities in these higher educations or higher education institutions.
okay, so you're being clear, which is then you lower standards.
No.
Affirmative
I don't
action
support
always
that.
does. Affirmative action lowers standards by definition.
I'm saying why affirmative action was introduced. I'm not arguing for it.
Were you asking me why it was introduced, or?
No, I'm saying you agree that's why it was introduced.
Well, I agree why it was. I don't think it ever should have been, but yes.
Right,
I mean,
but there is institutional inequality, yes?
well, I wouldn't even use the word inequality. I mean, I don't love.
Dude, institutional inequality? What are you talking about? 13% of the population, 6% black male, 6% black female. Which means that out of 100 employees, 6 of them should be black men and 6 of them should be black women. Which means that out of those 100 employees that are climbing the corporate ladder, what are the chances that a black man gets chosen over the black male? Much, 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 much smaller because they're much, 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 much less of them. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just means that out of those people that you're working with, you have to work the freaking hardest because you're not competing against the white man. You're competing against 99 other people who are trying to fight for that same position as you. That's it. That's it. So yeah, of course, institutions are going to probably have white people who are getting to the top. But what they don't tell you is that working in corporate America is so demoralizing that no matter what, when you get to the top of the corporate ladder, you're pretty much the same as everybody else. No matter what your color is, it doesn't matter because corporate America is the worst. And you thought college was bad, it is. Corporate America is bad. I worked at corporate America in a conservative media company. Conservative media company. Demoralizing, disgusting. I mean, if I were to climb that corporate ladder for 6, 7, 8 years, I would not be the same person at all. Guarantee it.
Looking at it that way, but of course, white people generally are richer than black people in this country.
Richer and more represented in politics and schools, yes?
Somewhat yes and no.
Why do you think that is, Charlie?
Well, hold on a second. Let's ask the question here. Represented how? So I mean,
look at Congressman.
So no, hold on a second. Are white people represented fairly in the National Basketball Association?
Who cares? What political
Hold on,
power
I
does
thought
the
we're all
national...
about fair representation.
Listen.
I think that it should, by law, half of the NBA should be white.
Great, fine.
And the product would suck.
Lobby for it.
Because
I don't
blacks
care.
are much better at basketball than we whites are.
What political power does the NBA have?
A lot, actually. The NBA reaches millions of people every day. They have slogans that people internalize. In fact, if the NBA had no political power, why would they have to wear Black Lives Matter on all their jerseys? Why would politicians try to get their endorsements announcements all the time. The NBA is more powerful than Congress in some ways of shaping the minds.
I think it's your turn to be academically dishonest
Hold on
now,
a second.
but
No.
sure.
But if you want fair representation, just to be clear, then why would you not be against whites by law being half of the National Basketball Association? Right now,
Sure.
black people make up 88% of the NBA.
Do it, great. Who cares?
No,
I don't care.
but-
I'm saying,
Okay.
right, so here's my point.
All right,
if
fine.
we have
I have a shot, everybody.
Please listen. If we...
I could play for the Lakers.
I hope... Do it, Charlie.
Oh, what? The Lakers? The Lakers? You literally live in Phoenix, Arizona. Why would you not play on the Suns? This is... Listen, guys, I actually have a very fun surprise for you guys in June, as I will be interviewing Charlie Kirk. That's right. I reached out to the executive producer, Andrew, great guy. I actually interviewed for Charlie Kirk's producer about a year ago. And yeah, it just wasn't the right time. I didn't see myself doing it, and just didn't work out. But I reached out to him. I said, "Hey, this channel that I'm running and hosting, and they really love you, and they really love not you, but they really love Charlie, and I would love to do an interview." And he said, "We'll do it." So leave some comments down below of what you want me to ask him, what you want me to talk to him about, actually, and I'll read some of your comments to him. Anyways, yeah, forgot where I was going with that.
Come to your games. I'll do it.
The point is this, is that merit should triumph over all of it.
Which is awesome. Okay, so merit should triumph. We agree.
Okay.
Okay, Charlie, do you think black people are not as smart or competent
Absolutely
as white
not.
people?
No.
Perfect. So they should, in theory, then be equally represented in
No,
positions of
but
power.
no, hold on. Let me. So, have you ever read Discrimination and Disparities by Thomas Sowell?
Do you only read Thomas Sowell? You've quoted him like 3 times. I haven't read that.
No, I read a lot more than Thomas Sowell, but I'm happy to. Thomas Sowell's the only intellectual with the courage to go after like these core issues of why Black America has fallen behind and why no one actually has studied it. So let's just give a great example. When you don't have a father in the home, the amount of words that a child hears goes down by 60 to 70%. The amount of words that a child, I don't know if you're a mother or not, or plan to be. Okay, no, just it's an important point. The amount of words that an 18-month-year-old hears is highly predictive of IQ, verbal development. Okay, so that's simple. When you don't have a dad in the home, the mom is overwhelmed, and there's just less interaction with the child.
Holy sh! Did you guys know that? Did you guys know that? Holy crap. IQ points literally drop by 18 months old because the father isn't around. Yo. That is insane.
That's all fine.
Okay, so we agree. I'm just saying that's not because of
I think
racism.
that's true.
No,
Obviously,
that's
I'm not
fine.
saying that's good.
No, she, I know what you meant. But you have a father in the home. All of a sudden, they hear thousands of more words a day, and they're like way further ahead of a single mother raising a child. That's not racism.
Okay, so dads are good. Yes, great.
Okay.
What my question to
I'm saying
you
dads
is,
actually answer most of the questions that you might have about why Black America is falling behind.
Okay, but
Because their dads don't stay around, and
I'm
that's
trying
bad.
to sort of get
Go
you to
ahead.
reconcile your own beliefs. And if that's true, which is fine, that's true. We can say that's true. You either believe that has social and economic causes, or you believe that, Black culture's just worse.
No,
and there
I
isn't
think that
another thing to think.
No, I
Those
was
are your
very
options.
clear. Right now, Black culture is being held captive by influences, songs,
Which
and role models.
influences?
I mean, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old Black girls. I don't think that songs that are talking about like glorifying wet female genitalia is exactly. I don't know which one wrote that song. Which one was it?
I think it was Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but but by the way, the role models of the 1940s and 50s for Black America were completely different.
So it is a representation issue.
Hold on a second. No, not representation. It's who do you get your art from? It's what values are they putting forward? It's the question of every day, for example, more times than not, black politicians will lament the condition of America. It's systemically racist. It's terrible. What does that do to a 14-year-old black kid if you just find that you hear that everything is rigged against you? Instead, they should be saying, hey, there might be some barriers, but if you believe in yourself enough, you can achieve in this country. It creates a form of social conditioning of low expectations, and that's not my argument. You know whose argument that is? Barack Obama's.
I don't necessarily agree with everything you said either, man.
Barack Obama said, number one, we need more fathers in the home. This is when Barack Obama didn't go super woke.
Barack Obama's a liberal. I don't care what he's got to say.
Okay, but Barack Obama then secondly, he said that we can't keep telling our black youth that you can't succeed in this country. Anybody can succeed in this country. And Obama was right when he said that. Obama was correct when he said that we need to change the story we're telling black America.
Which is fine. I've never heard any teacher look at a black person and say, oh, you can't succeed because of racism.
Hold on a second. But what is the embedded message of all the propaganda saying it's systemically racist, you're going to run into racist employers, that they're going to discriminate against you? It creates this heaviness of why even try?
By the time college students get to college, they've experienced all that. They don't need to be told.
You think that the average, I'm curious, you think that the average black student at this university experiences like active daily racism? I'd be curious. I'm just curious.
I mean, you can ask them to
I
raise
don't know.
their hands
I don't know.
like.
Maybe it's true. Maybe it's as bad as it was in the antebellum South. So.
I'm not saying that, obviously.
Okay.
I did say social racism improved. I'm saying institutional racism is still present, and that's what's causing lower outcomes for minority communities.
Oh my gosh. She's taken so many L's, gotten flamed back to back to back to back to back from Charlie, and she's still saying the same exact thing that's been debunked. It's like talking to a wall, except the wall has estrogen and a sassy attitude who thinks they know it all.
Do you think the reason why only 20 to 25%, it depends, we don't know the number, it's just a range per year.
Sure.
So 1 in 4 of black youth have a stable father around. What would you just say is the big, why is that the reason?
A complex intersection of social and economic reasons, which are outlined in CRT.
Okay. Thank you for the dialogue. Thank you.
Can't win. I mean, can. And he did. Took a W. But sometimes you just can't break through to them. It's a damn shame. It's a shame. But Charlie was spitting facts. He was spitting facts. And I am so hyped to interview Charlie Kirk and have a discussion with him. And it's going to be like unlike any interview that you've seen with Charlie Kirk. Unlike any interview that you've ever seen with Charlie Kirk. I promise you this. I am like so excited. Anyways, guys, that's today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.